Dan Kaplan, executive editor of SC Magazine. Sitting beside me is Chet Wisnieski, who is the senior security advisor at Sophos.
Hi, how you doing?
Chester, thanks for coming in.
It's good to be here. I always like New York.
Yeah. Well, it's great to have you. You're based in British Columbia.
Yeah, I'm in lovely Vancouver, and I wasn't prepared for the cold here, so I'm definitely West Coast wimp now. But
yeah, we're currently filming on a pretty cold day here, but at least you missed the Sandy storm, which came through. So you're here under drier conditions. But
we prefer to get that amount of rain over about 5 months in Vancouver.
Yeah, right. Scams related to Black Friday, the day after Thanksgiving. It's a big day of shopping. There's a lot of deals being offered by these mega corporations, and I would imagine that a lot of folks are going to be receiving fraudulent offers and malware-related attachments as a result of it.
Yeah, there's there's two cracks at the bat for this, right? Because you've got Black Friday and then you've got Cyber Monday. But more than that, when we've been talking about this, is how do you figure out the difference between the real and the fake one? Like when I'm promised a free iPad on Facebook on a regular basis, I generally go, nobody's giving away unlimited numbers of free iPads. This is obviously a scam. This is nutty. Although even though it says only 293 left, it always says 293 left, and I'm the lucky Vancouver winner. Right. So, but during Black Friday, like how do you tell the difference, right? Best Buy's running, for the first 10 customers in the door, Xbox 360 with Halo 4 special edition for only $5. And people stay up all night with their tents and all this stuff to get these deals. The real deals are so unbelievable. How do you tell the difference between the scam and the real one? Because the scams are usually equally unbelievable.
So they're getting more legitimate looking.
Well, the scams are getting more legitimate looking, and the real ads are getting crazier. and it's almost, to me, reminds me of a family member called up and went, "I'm getting this update thing popping up on my computer, and it says I need to update my flash. What do I say?" Mm-hmm. And I'm going, well, it's either a fake thing trying to make you think it's Flash and actually installing malware on your computer, or it's really Flash needing an update, in which case you damn well better do it.
Yeah, right.
But how do I describe to you, someone who doesn't reverse engineer code, how to tell the difference between the real Adobe Flash installer and the fake ones, because they look the same? Mm-hmm. And how do you tell the difference between the real Walmart, Best Buy, insert your favorite brand here, and the fake one that's going to be online? And I think that folks just need to keep going back to the basics, the same as we would with our telephone, and always reach out and touch someone and don't let it come in. So if it's coming in through your email, it's coming in through your Facebook, or in through your Twitter, Google it, or go to that organization's site, and if it's true, it'll be all over their website. Mm-hmm. And if you don't see it and can't find it, it probably is too good to be true.
Yeah, spend the extra time to do the research. You mentioned coming in via Facebook, via Twitter. A couple of years ago, just as recent as a couple of years ago, a lot of these offers would be coming via email, but we're seeing that really migrating, spam in general, migrating to the social media channels. Is that where the focus is right now, and why is that?
Yeah, I think the filtering in these not that Twitter or Facebook aren't trying really hard to get a grip on this stuff and lock it down, but there is a maturity and there's different tactics involved, right? I mean, we've got kind of 12 to 15 years of experience dealing with email spam now, and we're all pretty good at it. No matter whose anti-spam you're using, you're likely getting a very high catch rate of stuff going in the spam folder. So that means we're mature in that market space, whereas in the social media scams, the scams are different, the way they're promoting them is slightly different. And Twitter and Facebook weren't built with these filters in place, and they're being retroactively inserted in trying to figure out how to do social media filtering, which unfortunately is not necessarily an extension of what we've learned from email. Mm-hmm. Like, it's new things that have to take new tactics to figure out how they work. So there's that. More of the messages get through initially than they do in a traditional spam. The other thing is they're using the reputation of the victim. So the person that's being tricked usually spreads the message to all their friends. And when you see something coming from your friends, it's just classic social engineering, right? It's much more likely to be successful if it's from your buddy.
Mm-hmm. Spam filters are getting much better, so most organizations are being able to catch this unsolicited junk mail that's coming their way, but certainly can't take your eye off of that vector being used to cripple your organization in some capacity. The attacks are, while they're not as mass now, they're getting more targeted, they're getting better, and that's still, email is still a great way into an organization.
Yeah, and I think maybe with less pharmacy spams and Rolex with 2 L's and all this garbage, we'll be able to focus more on finding those spearfishes and some of those other things, because I think they've been there all along. They're just getting to be a larger proportion of the email. The email is not less dangerous, it's just less chatty.
Mm-hmm.
And so we need to keep an eye, especially with seeing things like Black Hole Exploit Kit not just being a web attack, but having migrated into email as well. We're seeing HTML as an allowed attachment type, thanks to the fact that Outlook loves to send email as HTML files all the time. And it's a great vector for phishing and for scams.
And quickly to wrap, looking ahead to 2013, I know you would like to see some more continued information sharing and a realization among organizations that, hey, breaches are going to happen, fess up about them, and let's all get smarter collectively.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that that's going to happen, but boy, it would be great. I mean, we watch a lot of times in our customer base the same mistake being made at multiple organizations that we can't do anything about it. We have NDAs and lawyers and people telling us no. Mm-hmm. And as long as all those no's are happening, we just watch victim after victim fall to the same problem, and it's so sad. But we can't break the cycle. Mm-hmm. So I think we need to be as organized or more organized, preferably, than the criminals. And how we do that, people have to figure out. Whether that's politics, whether it's volunteers, whether it's universities, whether it's nonprofits, who steps in to help us facilitate being more open and honest. But whatever way we go about it, we gotta get on it, because we see some of these financial networks these guys are putting together. It's like, wow, in 8 days they steal $9 million and have 30 people around the world involved in making fake cards and all this stuff. If they're doing that and they're that organized, we've got to step it up.
Yeah, make it more costly for the attacker to do what they do, and unfortunately, it's far too easy in many situations right now. Chester, I want to thank you, Chet Wisnieski of Sophos. Chet, a pleasure to be with you as always.
Thanks for having me, Dan.